The given passage could have been taken as an extract from which of the following sources? Option A magazine review of the Harry Potter books. The passage focuses on the final book of the series and hence it cannot be part of a magazine review of all the Harry Potter books. Option B, a book review blog for non-commercial purposes. It is possible that it is a blog, but a blog usually does not use formal language. Option C, the literary Sunday section of a newspaper. This is a good option as the passage could be part of a literary feature on the final book of the Harry Potter series. So amongst options B and C, option C is a better answer. Option D, an article published in a children's magazine. Articles for children do not usually use such difficult language which can be seen in the passage. So the correct answer is option C. Looking at the passage in its entirety, which of the following best describe the writing style of the author? Option A, the author writes in language that is heavily analogical, cross-referential with history and other works of fiction and punctuated with similes. This option seems correct because the author relies on various analogical comparisons and similes for the analysis. Option B, the style is somewhat poetic with paragraphs that serve to detail the plot line and others that come in as criticisms and opinions. The author uses analogy but does not have a poetic style. So option B is incorrect. Option C, the author's style is a combination of analytical and objective as they swerve between poetic comparisons with history and philosophy in writing and Rowling's own theory. Analytical and objective can refer to the author's tone but not to the style. Hence this option is incorrect. Option D, the author writes in a philosophical and abstract manner and uses comparative imagery to illustrate the points made in various paragraphs about a range of different aspects of the books in question. The author writes in an abstract manner, but it cannot be considered philosophical. So option D is also incorrect and the correct answer to this question is option A. Of the given options, which one most accurately paraphrases the statement about death made by J.K. Rowling in line 1 para C? 6. Let us look at the first few lines of the 6th paragraph. My books are largely about death, Rowling had once said in an interview. They open with the death of Harry's parents. There is Voldemort's obsession with conquering death and his quest for immortality at any price. The goal of anyone with magic. I so understand why Voldemort wants to conquer death. We are all frightened of it. Now let us look at the options. Option A. Rowling sees death as a necessary plot detail and strives to include it in each of her characters' narratives and as an overarching element in the story. The paragraph does not suggest that death is a necessary plot detail, so option A is incorrect. Option B. According to Rowling, death is as natural a part of fiction as is life and thus vital to make stories realistic and relatable by all and sundry. This option states that death makes the story realistic and relatable, which is not suggested by the lines. Option C. Rowling's characters are afraid of death because she herself sees death as a fearsome, menacing reality of the world and wants to remind her readers of that. The lines definitely state that Rowling finds death frightening, but nothing is said about her finding it menacing or threatening. So option C also cannot be correct. Option D. Rowling treats the elements of death in her books with such highlight because she finds it a fearful concept and this logically details death in her characters' plots too. This option can be correctly inferred from the lines. Rowling calls death a fearful concept which makes her highlight this element in her books and details death as a logic behind the actions of all her characters. So option D is the correct answer to this question.